And we play all the way for Leeds United. Ellen Road is the only place for us. With heart and soul for the goal that's clearly sighted. We're out to toast each other from that silver cup.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the debut episode of Leeds United News and Views podcast, brought to you by myself, CJ, and my good mate, Chris. This is an introduction episode. It's not going to be too long. Definitely not going to be as long as our future episodes. Our launching episode will be September 2nd. Do you want to tell listeners about who you are, Chris?
My name is Chris. I have run the Leeds United News and Views Facebook page that you'll all get this podcast on for a few years now. I started it back, it would have been a while ago. I don't have an exact date. I started it back a while ago.
News coming out from the Ellen Road camp this
Good
week
news.
is Patrick Bamford has re-signed for 5 years. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a good deal. I
think so too.
I think it's the deal that we needed as a club. Second highest English scorer in the Premier League last season.
Absolutely.
He was always going to attract outside interest, and there was stories that he may potentially be attracting interest from elsewhere. But ultimately, he's decided to hang his hat at Ellen Road, and that's good news for us.
Absolutely.
It's a long deal, but as long as he keeps firing and as long as he can find the form that he found last season, it's a fantastic deal. Unstoppable.
Absolutely. And a little tidbit from last week's game. The only thing I want to talk about last week's game, Calvin Phillips not making an appearance until late into the game. What are your thoughts on that and Bielsa's logic with that?
So Bielsa, I read earlier in the week that Bielsa essentially said that he didn't quite feel Calvin was ready yet. He didn't seem to speculate whether it was match fitness or something along those lines, but he said that he didn't feel he was ready, but he also didn't feel that he needed any under 23s time.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Make of
He's
that
well
what
above
you
under
will.
23s.
Make of that what you will, but I expect to see him starting on the bench again against Everton.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see where it goes from there.
Oh, absolutely. And a bit more talk about Bamford this week with Bielsa blasting the tabloids by coming out and saying he's the best striker in the Premier League. Do you agree with that statement?
It's very Bielsa to talk up his own players that way.
Yeah.
And we've seen it. We've seen it all through the years with Bielsa. He's always player first. He will always try and give the best version of the player. He's a man manager. He definitely is. Is he the best striker in England at the moment? I think that's a hard debate. It would be between him, Harry Kane, and possibly a few others. Is he the best English striker?
We're going both strikers going in a penalty shootout. Who wins the penalty shootout?
That's something I'd love to see. I would love to say Paddy, based on how good he is at taking chances.
Chris, mate, what is your earliest memory of Leeds United?
So my earliest memory of Leeds United as an Australian supporter, I've got a lot of memories from the early 2000s back when that great team played together. Players like Mark Viduka.
Goosebumps, bro. Goosebumps.
Harry someone.
Harry Kewell.
Harry someone. So that would probably be my earliest memory as an Australian supporter.
My earliest memory is my dad. He's a diehard Leeds tragic, Ellen Road through and through, Leeds Rhinos fan for days in the Super League. He bleeds blue and yellow, basically, and the white rose of Yorkshire. And he used to tell me back in the day that there was obviously when you're a 5-year-old, you believe anything. And he used to tell me that there was a player by the name of Peter Lorimer. The Lash, who could kick a ball so hard it would leave a hole in the back of the net. And that got me hooked on Leeds United and, learning as much as I could about them. And I would believe that. And then when I was old enough, I started watching it. My dad showed me Harry Kewell, Mark Viduka, similar to you, when they were your first time of Leeds United watchings. And, mate, I fell in love. Obviously, we've gone through a lot of tough times the last almost 2 decades, but we're back there. Let's fucking go. But those are my 2 earliest memories of the stories of Peter Lorimer and obviously the European Cup teams of, Harry Kewell and Mark Viduka.
We are so proud, they shouted.